A new power is rising. A pact is being forged in the fires of global chaos, an alliance that is literally going to redraw the economic map of the world. We're talking about two giants, the European Union and India, and they are right on the edge of a deal so massive, it's being called the mother of all deals. Yeah, you heard that right. And those aren't my words. They're straight from the European Commission president, Ursula von der Leyen. And look, this is way more than just a trade pact. It's a massive declaration of intent on a scale that's almost impossible to wrap your head around. Let's try. 2 billion people. Think about that. A single economic bloc that covers a huge chunk of all of humanity, all brought together under one historic agreement. And it represents a quarter of the world's entire economic output. So this isn't just shuffling some papers around, it's a fundamental shift in the global balance of power. Let's break down what this historic pact is really all about. So what is this deal? At its core, the EU and India are about to finalize a groundbreaking free trade agreement. This is a moment designed to seize an opportunity, to build, in the words of President von der Leyen, a new independent Europe, in the face of some pretty intense global pressure. Which brings us to the big question, right? Why now? What's the sudden rush? Well, the answer lies in what she calls the geopolitical shocks that are shaking the very foundations of the old world order. This isn't just about tariffs and trade quotas anymore. Oh no, this is a strategic move on a global chessboard. We are absolutely entering a new era, an era where economics and security are completely intertwined. Suddenly, trade routes are lifelines, technology is territory, and economic partnerships, they're strategic alliances. This is the new great game, and it's being played with shipping containers and semiconductor chips. And this brings us to a really key concept you need to understand: securitization. It's when things like trade deals and foreign aid get transformed. They stop being just about money and prosperity. Instead, they become tools, sometimes even weapons, to secure a nation's influence and to protect it from threats.
And this right here breaks down the EU's approach perfectly. It is a three-pronged strategy. The goal isn't just about economic gain, it's about securing their supply chains, it's about promoting democratic values, and it's about leading the green transition. Now let's see how this all plays out on a real-world battlefield.
And that battlefield? It's India's airspace. The prize? Total dominance over one of the fastest-growing aviation markets on the entire planet. This is where all that abstract strategy stuff gets real and meets the brutal reality of corporate warfare. So, in this corner, representing the European Union, Airbus, and in the other corner, the champion of the United States, Boeing. This is a titanic showdown for a contract that will define the future of air travel in Asia for decades. And boom, the first blow has landed, and it is a massive one. As one commenter who was tracking this whole thing pointed out, over 1,000 aircraft have been ordered from the European manufacturer Airbus. That is a gigantic victory for Team EU, and it's a direct result of this deepening strategic partnership. So, what happened to the competition? While the EU was busy building bridges, its American rival was facing just a cascade of failures. Their flagship plane, the Boeing 777X, has been hit by setback after setback. First flight, delayed to 2020. Deliveries pushed to 2023, then 2025, and now the latest guess is it won't even arrive until 2027. This catastrophic delay created the perfect opening for Airbus to just swoop in and seize the advantage. But look, this battle for the skies is just one piece of a much, much bigger story. Let's zoom out, because what we're witnessing is a fundamental realignment of global power. It's all being driven by uncertainty and a desperate search for new, reliable partners.
And if you dig into the online discussions about this, you can just feel the anxiety bubbling below the surface. One American user on Reddit voiced a fear that a lot of international observers have, hoping for a stronger network of global allies to maybe counter potential political instability back home. You can see how that sentiment is a major driver for countries wanting to diversify.
And this comment right here just captures the EU's proactive response perfectly. As this user observed, the EU is moving fast and decisively. This isn't just a random series of agreements. No, it's a very deliberate strategy to build what they call strategic autonomy, basically reducing their dependency on any single partner, and that includes the United States. When you get right down to it, this deal with India is a strategic hedge. The EU is building a network of powerful, like-minded partners to help them navigate a really unpredictable future. It's a counterbalance to potential American volatility on one side and China's growing global influence on the other. It's a stable anchor in a world that feels like it's adrift.
So what does all this mean when we put it all together? It means the lines are being redrawn. The old map, the one with the clearly defined centers of power, it's becoming obsolete. A new multipolar world is taking shape right now. So let's just quickly recap what is at stake here. We're talking about a unified market of 2 billion people, a strategic counterweight in the great power competition between the US and China, the transformation of economic partnerships into geopolitical tools, and a fierce winner-take-all race for the future of technology and industry. The stakes could not be higher. You see, this is so much more than just a deal. It's a defining moment for the 21st century. And it really makes you wonder, as these new alliances are being forged and these new economic corridors are being drawn, are we actually watching the map of global power being rewritten right before our very eyes?